Hey guys, Marsinger here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to jump into the new full power Frieza burst mode that came out today and get the first of the missions done for the 6,000 points, which is the Dragon Ball Seekers category, which is a very interesting team. This is going to be probably harder, I would say, than the powerful comeback one, but as I always say in the burst mode videos, if you saw the Videl ones, you'll have heard me go over this, but the easiest thing to do for these burst modes is get the 6,000 points with the best team for you, because obviously it's going to be very box dependent for each person. And then when it comes to doing the other mission, all you have to do is use a team of those units. So you can turn all the other modifiers off, so you're just getting 0 points, but you're using the team, which will beat the mission, but with no modifiers, the event is just a Dokkan event. So super easy and super quick. So to get the 6,000 points with Dragon Ball Seekers, we're doing the Tekken Int types only. We've got the 500 or less team cost because I've got some LRs on there. Obviously, all the status effects, I mean, you don't need to worry about those too much. We've got the reduced damage from AGL types because we're not using AGL types anyway. 25% damage reduction. Starting from phase 3, the enemy's attack and defense raised by 60% each turn up to 300. That could be an issue if it goes on for a while because Frieza does have a countdown super, but none of the extra attack. The lowest possible attack up here, which is 50%, gives you 620 points, which is a pretty considerable amount for a small amount of attack. Because remember, it is only a Dokkan event, so adding 50% extra attack on top is not like a huge amount. 50% extra defense, and then HP of 1,000%. That already puts us up to 6,000 points with the no items and no support memories. So we don't need to worry about the damage being reduced. We don't need to worry about type disadvantage orbs doing damage. And we don't have to worry about all allies key -3. So this is the team that I put together of tech and int characters. We are going to go ahead and jump in and see how we get on. So obviously the normally I would say if you have to use the modifier for all allies minus key, you want to make sure you go the key route and try and get as much extra key as you can. I mean, it's still helpful in this because sometimes you have to throw units together on the team who don't necessarily link the best, and so getting some extra key for them along the way can be helpful. But obviously we do have the new LR Piccolo and Gohan. We've got the Great Ape Vegeta. I want to get him on the other rotation and have him paired up with the exchange Vegeta and Goku. So we'll go ahead and do this. Because then, yeah, one rotation we can have Great Ape Vegeta in slot 1 and the Exchange Vegeta in slot 2, and they'll share a decent amount of links. Int Vegeta, of course, has the Revive. Great Ape Vegeta has the Guard, gets hit first, gets a bit of a buff. And then, yeah, this other rotation will use Pan. We have the Tech free-to-play. He is free-to-play, right? The Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2, I forget which way around it is. The Tech Goku, that obviously gives the unit super as well as the ability for her active skill. So, I mean, Pan is one of those interesting ones for this because she leads the team, right? So we get the 170 lead. But you have to remember that she, after attacking, loses that extra like damage reduction and everything. But the final phase is AGL. So she should still be okay. Once you start like really turning up the modifiers if you want to go for like super high scores, that's when obviously it could be a little bit more risky. But we should be okay here. So grab those for you and might as well get the full 24 key for you as well. Physical phase, I guess, a little bit scary potentially with the int characters, but the team, of course he did. The team is mostly tech anyway, so yeah, I mean, even without the guard, because we don't actually have enough int characters for Vegeta to get the guard, but he only gets it for the first couple of turns anyway. The second to last phase is tech, so by the time we get nearer to the end of the event, he's going to be having type advantage in the second to last phase regardless. And then by the time we'd get to the last phase, his guard would have run out anyway. But yeah, we can go ahead and do this. I mean, I wonder, is it worth keeping these guys on rotation still? Probably not. And obviously on this rotation, we don't have a Namek Saga ally. We do have Namek Saga allies on the team, so they'll be okay on some of the rotations, but either way, we should be all good here. Pan obviously stacks attack, so I mean, in one of these runs that does go a little bit longer, she would be able to build up to doing some pretty solid damage. But I think this Goku's... does this Goku stack or does he have build up? I actually can't remember. a ton about this Goku, other than that when he came out, he was actually like a decent option for Pan's team because of like the links and obviously proccing her unit super and active skill condition. But yeah, I did get the Tech Gohan and Piccolo. They are only 55%. They could certainly be very useful because we have the Namek Saga allies, so being able to get the exchange with them at some point will obviously be helpful as well. Yeah, orbs are not great in terms of int orbs on this rotation, but we can get 8 orbs total, so that's not bad. Get the 18 key super for these guys. Vegeta not getting hit first is unfortunate, because obviously he gets not only the extra key, but he does get an attack bonus as well, which would be helpful. But got decent links here, and then of course these guys are getting the 60% support from the int Vegeta, so 18.8 million attack here. And of course Vegeta does have the potential to get a bunch of extra attacks. So yeah, straight into like a 12 million additional here, pretty good. Yeah, then 12.8. So yeah, Vegeta putting in some work. And then that's that stage done. Very nice. Alright, so this is the tech phase. Yep, okay. So we'll go ahead and do... Oh yeah, they proc the unit super as well, don't they? Interesting. I mean, I guess we'll keep you together though, because obviously the final phase is AGL anyway, and the GT trio could potentially be a bit of a liability. Although the problem is, Frieza in the last phase locks as well. So I guess keep floating them off could be dangerous, because then of course when they come around for the next turn, they'll be in slot 1. And if they get locked, they're locked in slot 1, which is not ideal. But right, we'll see how we go. Only getting additional normals for Pan is annoying, because she does stack. 3 mil for Goku. Yeah, I probably should have put him in slot 3, but it is what it is. We get an additional super, do a little bit of extra damage, and then the GT trio can do some decent damage here as well. Galaxy Tri attack. Alright, so now of course we have the revive potential as well. I guess we just go ahead and exchange the into Piccolo, right? Because why not? And we can do this. They'll get hit and get the buff. You can grab that, and then you can grab those. Because at least on this rotation we have the Namekian Planet Namek Saga ally as well. So Piccolo should do some pretty decent damage here, even though he is only 55%. And then obviously the int Vegeta probably will steamroll this Frieza, considering the type advantage. I mean, I guess it depends, like the RNG with the additionals, but even without the support from that Scout of Vegeta, still rocking like a 15 million here. Yeah, big crit. Additional normal. Oh, there we go. 9.1. That's probably enough. Okay, not quite apparently. I mean, I can't imagine this does any damage though. Right? Double digits? Yeah. And then we get to see Piccolo's 18 key super, so you know. 13.1. I mean, damn. All things considered, like 55%, mine is level 10 links, but it's not like he shares a ton of links with the exchange Vegeta. It's like good old Piccolo KO screen. And then here we go. So who's getting locked? Is it going to be Scout or Vegeta? No, no one. Oh, that's unusual. That's right, I haven't used Pan's active skill in a long time, because I haven't used Pan in a long time. So let's go ahead and use her active skill here.
I'll show you what I can do. Kamehameha! Well done, Pan. I'll also give it a try.
I'll give it a try. Yeah, never tried that old there Kamehameha before. I guess I'll give it a try. Decent bit of damage. Not crazy, but obviously like Pan has always been one of those units. If you can stack her up in long events, then obviously that active skill can do a lot of damage. But oh, I really thought that was going to grab the physical orbs. That's annoying. Fortunately, there's a decent amount of int orbs there for Vegeta. So Having done the active skill, she should have some extra defense here, so she should still tank this relatively well, right? Yeah. Nice. And then 7 mil attack. Obviously not crazy high, but still pretty good. We've got type advantage. We get the crit. Additional normal. 2 additional normals. Why is it with Pan just getting additional normals? It's like, bruh, get an additional super. Them big numbers. Get them stacks. Alright, so Scout of Vegeta. This is the turn where Scout of Vegeta would potentially be in a bit of trouble, but obviously he's already supered. The normals we tank fine. So this is the turn where... Oh, God, why do they have to be locked in slot 1? I was going to say, this is the turn where the countdown super will go off. But we do have the revival up from the exchange Vegeta and Goku. So we shouldn't die this turn. Well, we will die, but we won't lose this turn. Annoyingly, these guys getting locked in slot 1 is the worst case scenario, because even though we're going to get the revive, we obviously don't really get an opportunity to do like a lot of damage here. As long as he doesn't super them though, which of course he does. Can they survive this just enough so we get some more attacks off? That would be good. Okay, we do. Good. Because yeah, at least if we're attacking for the rest of the turn, he does the countdown super at the end of the turn here, kills Vegeta, and then we exchange. And then we're all good to go. In fact, I don't know if the Vegeta, his additionals when your HP is a certain amount, is it based on start of turn or is it when he attacks? Because if it's start of turn, he could potentially still get a bunch of attacks here. Because the more damage he does, obviously the better. Because then he dies, we revive, and then we ideally just win the next turn. Additional normal. Okay, yeah, it should be, must be start of turn then, because I don't think he'd get this many attacks anyway if it wasn't, so close. Oh, if this crits, it actually might kill him. Oh, it did not crit. So double digits, but then we get countdown supered. How much is this going to do? I've seen this hit like the weaker units on the team for like 3 mil. Yeah, 1.4 mil. I mean, that's not bad compared to some of the others that I've seen, but then anyway, we die, but we get the revival, so we exchange into Goku, who we won't get to see do anything. I've said this before. I mean, I said it in the showcase that we did for these guys when they got their EZA. I'm not a fan of characters that exchange by having a revival, like the AGL Future Gohan and Trunks as well, because, like, you get the revive, so you don't die, but then you go into the next turn, so we don't have Goku on the rotation, and then we're just going to win the event on the next turn, so we don't actually get to use Goku at all. And because it was in slot 3, even if we survive this turn, we don't get to use him again anyway. So, who would tank better? Funnily enough, I think actually Pan would tank better in slot 1 because she gets that extra... Well, Piccolo gets damage reduction in slot 1 as well. But yeah, she has higher raw defense, so I think we'll just put her in slot 1 here. Get the unit super, and then that should be GG, because we get all these orbs here for Piccolo, gives us a nice heal, and then yeah, of course he goes for a last ditch super in slot 1 as well. I could see this one being really hard compared to the Videl one for getting like a really high score if you want to go for like all the crazy modifiers, but Pan should finish him off here, and that gives us our 6,000 points. Yeah, you have to finish him with a super as well, so we finish him off, get the 6,000 points, and move into the clear. So there you go. That will be all the missions except for beating it with a powerful comeback team. So we'll do that for the next video. Powerful comeback should be much easier anyway. So I would recommend, if you do use the strategy of like using one team to get 6,000 points and then just turning off all the modifiers to get the other mission done, I would say powerful comeback is probably the one that you want to get done first. But yeah, 6,000 points for the burst mode, and we will move on to powerful comeback next. So let me know what you guys did for your team down below. Let me know the team build and what score you got. If you went for a high score, obviously do let us know. Go ahead and join the Discord. We do normally have a friendly competition every time burst modes are going on to post a high score, but feel free to join the Discord regardless, whether you want to take part in that or not. Be part of the community. But yeah, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.